Good evening. Very happy to be here. Really means a lot. Was looking forward for one day to show my work here. And here in the exhibition, it's a new site-specific work, Arrow of Time, and maybe talking and continuing, about like creating something that humans touch and then like needing so much more energy to put it back. So like radioactivity, for example. So I always been interested in something what we cannot see with naked eye, like what's hidden in some more quantum world, neutrinos, cosmic rays, radioactivity. In a way, pixels of the video in the space are piercing through body. And I was always interested in sculptural aspect and architecture in the space too. So these landscapes that audience can walk into and feel it out. I always introduce myself and work with this piece. It's my most personal piece about my grandmother, Aldona. And she lost her vision after Chernobyl. So she lost her vision 1986, and doctors claimed her eye nerves got poisoned, and I was born 1987, so in a way she never seen me, but really seen me through, and was very important, visionary and very important person in my life. So it's a personal family story. Also, it's a day that we passed with her in this amusement park with like hundreds of Lenins and Stalins. And I was interested in the removal of, dictatorship and monuments. And in a way, this work, this short film, led to feature-length film Burial that I've been showing in Kyoto and Tokyo this June about nuclear waste architecture. So. Yeah. Why I'm showing this, because it relates to the piece here at Mori, because it's a site-specific special edition that I created here that I thought would resonate with the audience. So it's in a way, a collage of several, site-specific layers and time scales that I've been working on through years. So in Mori, in Arrow of Time, you see excerpts from Lithuanian nuclear power plant that used to be that type of reactor, one of the strongest in the world, in 1975. And currently, in Lithuania, we have this twin sister of Chernobyl, and it's a pioneering architecture project that never been completed before in the world to bury it. So I've been observing that process for now like 7 years. That transformed into film, and I could share the link somewhere, like if you're interested to see. And I'm like interested in this circular Sisyphean, absurdity, like humans taking something from Earth, that strata with uranium, waking it up, having the circle of production, exhausting it, and trying to put it back, but in a way not being able to control it. It's something uncontrollable. So I'm looking from future alien archaeologist perspective already, from those moments when humans will be extinct already, and trying to see these scars left in geological strata. And the future architectural plans of power plant reminded me these Etruscan civilizations or other, civilizations that were gone. So also in the film Arrow of Time, you can see traces from Sunken City in Napoli. It's 2,000-year-old ruins from one of the biggest ports in Roman Empire that, due to seismic activity, sank. So I've been like diving there with my own body. And that character, that siren mermaid character, came like together when I was studying in Arctic Circle in Norway, in Tromsø, and as always, working site specifically, and measuring time and scale with own body. So there was this NATO submarine base. So I'm always interested to go to these toxic places. So, but maybe that one wasn't so toxic because it's diesel. Yeah, it's not nuclear. So that one was diesel. So that's, but so I wanted to like show these Cold War ruins through mythological, non-gendered mermaid's point of view, not just like document the actual ruins. And why this character? I don't know. It's like more, I'm always interested in the myth and contemporary myths, the myths of Cold War, what East believes about West and West believes about East, and like, and Lithuanian myths, pagan myths, Lithuanian origin myth about this mermaid in Baltic Sea in Amber Palace. So here I've been training for a while in Arctic waters. And that's, here we will see NATO submarine base and some excerpts from Svalbard. Yeah, the water you will see, it's 4 Celsius degrees. So, deep time, scale, measuring landscape with my own body wasn't so necessary to do it myself, but just no one else would do it. You know, no one would want to do it. I could not hire no one. Same here. Here. In Amazon. Last week, there were news about hundreds of dead fresh river pink dolphins in Amazon due to climate change. So was happy to still swim with them. Yeah, so now we can put light on and we can keep talking. Few more minutes.
So thank you for producing a new work for our show as a beginning, a lot of time. And how did you, it's consists of 3 works, which, Sunken City and this burial. And so how did you select?
Yeah, so I think past, present, future, arrow of time, circular time, mythologies, these like myths, site-specific locations are like time capsules that help us to travel back and forth in time. So we have sunken city stratas. We have nuclear power plant taking over by pythons. And we have underwater digital data storage centers. That is still like kind of sci-fi upcoming fiction, but already becoming real. You know, like Microsoft already started burying these capsules in the sea. So yeah, I think every time in every space, like I feel it out and sense what could be relevant. And I think for this show, I wanted to connect both, like the upcoming speed, something what we keep creating, what we will not be able to control, and what we already did. I don't know, or not we, humans. I don't know.
I have a question in regard to the perspectives you are using repeatedly in your films, because you are quite often using the view from above. And the Donna Haraway, she described that view from above as a God's trick, which is kind of a male idea of kind of making something subjective objective. And I was asking myself if you would be aware of that when you use this perspective quite often in your works, which is also very sublime to a degree. And maybe this is another question of how to reconnect with these romantic tropes. But do you think of that, of the God's trick?
So, like mentioned, my God is this like future non-gendered alien archaeologist, not from Earth. So I don't know if it's God, but it's like an alien. No, but it's true. There are always cross sections, both in ocean and in earth and in soil. And I start with aerial shots, and then the camera is like a drilling until we reach the mineral or the particle. So here too, it's like we start with this like gas explosion in Baltic Sea, and then we descend to like stratas with like, where are these like Cold War, you know, residues such as phosphor, lead, mercury, uranium, and then amber, you know. So even if it would start with God's view, it pierces through to like micro, macro. And I like in moving image, use camera slicing those landscapes.
And in the beginning of your lecture, you also spoke that you understand your work sculptural. And I think for the largest part of our audience, it is very filmic. Would be beautiful. Could you maybe speak a little bit about this sculptural origin, just briefly, of your thinking?
Yeah, so like I studied sculpture, but I still like, I try, like in Milan, I tried to like sculpt from marble and weld metal and use clay, but still like all materials seemed like too heavy for me. So I was like, because I'm interested in this like manifolds and some kind of stretched space. So how to travel in time in this quantum. So in a way, in cross-section, slicing the Newtonian visible world, like what we see, and the quantum world, dark world that we don't see. Therefore, also mermaid figure, this parabole, half human, half fish, like links these two worlds. So sculpturally, yeah, like how our body also moves in the space is very important. That's, I don't use monitors. Like it has to be this landscape. That
It's like very immersive, your work always, no? Using the space, whole space, and maybe the people who saw it, it's like, it's not only video installation.
it's usually like also like I work with ceilings a lot, so it's like black liquid mirror. So like you see the film in the reflection.
Yeah.
Some other manifolded space.
One question. So you are also the member of the artist duo called New Mineral Collective, and it's really linked to what you are interested in, no? Could you maybe talk a little bit about that, no?
Yeah, so we met with Tanya Basse, a Canadian artist in Norway, in Tromsø. And we were looking at that, very perforated landscape in the Arctic and constant upcoming new mining projects. So mostly worked with these scars in landscape, like casting the holes, casting like mining places, working with slag, and kind of looking into more counter prospecting and also acquisition of prospecting rights and keeping the land passive sometimes, to protect.
Great.
I think we can also open to the audience. So there's a question. Or there are various. There's a first question.
僕は東京に
Well,
近い茨城県というところで
living in a
生まれたんですけ
prefecture
れども
called Ibaragi, close to Tokyo.
そこには
And in this
東海という
city,
ところに
in the
原子力
Tokai
発電所が
area,
あり
there
ま
is a
して
nuclear power station.
おばあさんが
And my
被爆されて
grandmother,
失明することができ
you
て
had a tragedy
原子
of
力発電
losing
所の
the
近くに
eyesight.
住んでいた
And
ということに対する
living close to the nuclear power
気持ち
station,
例えばそ
the
の東海
feeling
という
of
場所
that,
では
the location
近
called
くに
Tokai,
原子力発電所
there
があ
is a
ることによ
nuclear
っ
power
て
station. Because of the
電気代とかの
presence,
光熱費がすごく安くな
the
ったり
utility costs
公共
are
のサービス
discounted.
公共の施設がす
And
ご
of
く充実
course,
していた
public
りするんですね。
facilities are very,
そこの
very
メリットと
abundant.
デメリットがあ
And
る
there's
ことが
advantages and disadvantages. And
日本はすごく地震が多い
Japan
国なので
is a quite seismic
東京から
country.
近いその
So
場所
close
で
to
地震が起きたら
Tokyo, if there's a
東
big
京にも原子
earthquake,
力の被害が出
there's
ると
going
思
to
うん
be
で
a
すけれど
big,
も
big radiation
その
pollution
持
that
続可
would
能な
affect
世界を
Tokyo as well. So sustainability,
まあ目指していくことと
what we try to
今
aim
の
for,
この生活を
and the
高い水準の
livelihood,
生活を
a high
守ってい
quality
くことに
livelihood
電
that
気
we
が必要です
enjoy,
から
we need
その
electricity. So that
天秤というか
sort of a
そのあたりに
balance.
ついてどういうふうに
So
お考えか
what do you
ちょっと
think about this?
Wow, I like think, like why not? It's like it's sci-fi, science fiction. Like we live in science fiction already, Like I don't know. Like we had this town in Lithuania where the nuclear power plant is decommissioning right now, and the community. Entire city was working in the plant. So they were like dependent on it for jobs. And now they're closing it down. So it's also like very weird process because there is nothing to do, So like it's like, it's like this interesting and weird, almost feudalistic, medieval. It's like nuclear power plant is like a castle. And the village depends on the castle. The castle is crawling apart. And then it's like, so it's, these networks and connections are, very interesting to study. And I would like to to work more with these communities and citizens of different cities, and to meet and see, different choirs, different, cultural centers there. I think it's really fascinating, your story. Yeah.
Thank you very much. So for your wonderful talk, and so maybe you can enjoy audience can enjoy your work again after. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, audience.
Thank you, Emilia.